Assalamu alaikum and welcome to Mashriq.Tv. This is Muhammad with some of the latest news today. The first commercial flight from the United Arab Emirates, UAE, arrived in Israel on Monday following a normalization deal linked last month between the two countries. The Etihad Airways plane carrying 58 passengers, including business people, tourism professionals and journalists, landed at Tel Aviv's Ben Gurion Airport. The plane, which was welcomed with a ceremony at the airport, left back for Abu Dhabi later in the day. Israel and the UAE are expected to sign an agreement on Tuesday to operate 28 weekly commercial flights between Tel Aviv and Abu Dhabi. An Etihad Airways plane flew above Israeli skies for the first time last week, according to the Israeli Defense Ministry. The two countries are expected to launch a direct commercial aviation line at the beginning of 2021. According to Israeli media. Our next news is about an Emirati delegation, led by Khadim Abdulla Aldarei, co-founder and the vice chairman of Dahra Holding, has visited Israel upon an invitation from Netafim. Netafim is Israel's leading companies in the field of innovative irrigation solutions and advanced agriculture. It works with the backing of the Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development of Israel. The local media agencies reported that this visit was part of peace deal signed between UAE and Israel. During the meetings, the dignitaries discussed the agendas of ways of reinforcing the cooperation and strategic partnership in agriculture and technology. In a related story, British Chief of the Defence Staff, CDS, General Sir Nicholas Patrick Carter on Monday called on Chief of Army Staff, COAS, General Khadim Abdulla Bajwa at General Headquarters. According to a statement issued by the Inter-Services Public Relations (ISPR), matters pertaining to mutual interest including strengthening of bilateral security and defense cooperation between the two armies were discussed during the meeting. The visiting dignitary acknowledged Pakistan Army's continued efforts for regional peace and stability, particularly Pakistan's efforts for Afghanistan peace process and achievements in fight against terrorism. The dignitary appreciated the bilateral relations enjoyed between both countries and pledged to further improve the same. Our next story is about the mainly young demonstrators who are protesting for the fifth day despite a state of emergency banning them from doing so. Thousands of mainly young Thais have gathered on the streets of Bangkok for a fifth straight day of protests demanding sweeping political change, with demonstrations also taking place at several other locations around the country. The demonstrators, who protested on Sunday despite a state of emergency banning them from doing so, received a new warning from police that they are violating the law. On Saturday, however, few people had been arrested as peaceful rallies were held at several points around Bangkok, the capital, with several thousand taking part. In a related story, India has reported 579 fatalities in the past 24 hours, the lowest increase in 3 months, driving its death toll to 114,610. The Health Ministry on Monday also reported 55,722 new cases of coronavirus infection, raising India's total to more than 7.5 million, second in the world behind the US. A government-appointed committee of scientists said Sunday the epidemic may have peaked in India and the disease was likely to run its course by February 2021 if people used masks and adhered to physical distancing measures. The number of new infections confirmed each day has declined for a month. The committee said even if active cases increased during the upcoming festive season and cold weather, they were unlikely to surpass India's record daily high of 97,894 cases. This is all for now. Hope you enjoyed our news. For more news, please visit Mashriq.Tv or you can follow us on our social media accounts. For feedback and queries, please email us at info@mashriq.tv.